So just under 60 points here, and now we see Jessica Parratto. She was the Olympian in Rio who made the finals in the platform, placed 10th.
And Jessica and Amy were synchro partners at the Rio Olympics as well. But now we're seeing Jessica do it with Taryn Gilliland. They've been doing synchro at the last few World Series meets. And you'll see on her twister, she tends to go to the side a little bit. You can see right here, she's jumping over to the right-hand side, which can make it a little cockeyed on the bottom. Sometimes the judges can see that, sometimes they can't. They sit to the side. So you can kind of see from her scores, it's a range of scores there. They're probably picking up on that little bit of twist, that little bit of jump to the side.
And now Jessica Parratto.
Now this is the easiest dive in Jessica's list. It's a front 3.5 somersault pike. This is one that's usually very consistent for her. That's a great front 3.5 somersault pike. Now we talked about how she switched the order of her dives around. Her big new dive she's doing at the end of her list, and she's put her twister and this solid front at the beginning of her list to kind of really get comfortable, do a couple dives she knows she can hit really well to start off strong. And she does that right here.
And if you're talking about the road to Tokyo, as you see her scores coming in, Amy's Magana scores, by the way, were 5 5s and 6s. Better results there for Parratto. Jessica Parratto, we're talking about degree of difficulty. She does have the one that Laura mentioned at the outset coming up in her final dive.
Saving it for last. Now this one, in her 3.5 tuck, she does this in synchro. She's been doing it individual for a long time. It's very nice. She's kind of struggled with this one a little bit this past year, but that was very nice. Right there, she gets it moving up and over. Little flat feet on the start, but she points them, looks right at it, and takes it down. She's looking very consistent to me today. And that's a good sign, not just for nationals, but for the upcoming World Cup she's trying to make.
Now, Jessica Parratto, remember that in this closing 2 rounds, Jessica Parratto has the most difficult dive of the competition in her last, a 3.6.
It is huge. Now, she's doing a 3.3 right now, back arm stand triple tuck, which is interesting because it's a different come out. It's still like a lot of people like to do a back arm stand triple tuck and a back 3.5 tuck because it's the same kind of come out, but she does back 3.5 pike now. So they're a little bit different come outs. And that's not going to build her confidence going into the last round. She changed her list of dives to kind of set herself up going into that big back 3.5 pike, and she leaves this a hair short. It's a good start, but she comes out early and pulling really hard for the water, so it just hangs short. She needs to be a little bit more patient, and that's hard to do sometimes in these competitions when you know a lot's on the line, you try too hard, and that's kind of what it appears to me. Yeah, breaking that 300 mark, that's definitely always a good sign.
All right, so here is the highest degree of difficulty dive in this championship, the new 3.6 dive for Parratto.
And she likes to put it last, so she can kind of get all those solid dives beforehand, although she missed the last round just a little bit. It's her chance to come back. Oh, that is awesome. Really, really great for Jessica. I think that's going to help her confidence too. To me, she whips it a little bit off the start, but she stays right with it. That is one of the things that she does very well on this, is on her come out, no matter what the takeoff is, she's really good as she comes out right here. She stays super tight going through the water. It's a little messy in the air with the feet and the knees, but that's why she's getting the 6, is its form.